Hello everyone, this is Joel Davis with YouAreTheBroker.com, helping you to build a highly effective and highly profitable broker business. I want to give you a sneak peek into some of my accounts. Yeah, you're going to see I make a lot of money, but you already knew that anyways. But I think this is going to answer some of the questions. It sounds like some people are confused about how this opportunity itself actually works and some of the interrelations between the Authorizenet account, the Fetch Mazo account, things of that nature. So let's just jump in. I'm going to give you a quick sneak peek of some of the money that we made yesterday. And I'm going to explain how it's related between Fetch Mazo and Authorizenet. You're going to see a look at my Authorizenet account and some of the actual work orders through the Fetch Mazo platform. So let's take a quick sneak peek and I'll catch you on the backside. So let's take a look at our Authorizenet account for yesterday. We are currently in the early morning hours of March 11th. And again, let's take a look at some of our activity for yesterday. So this is exactly what your Authorizenet account is going to look like. Now, you won't use your Authorizenet account on a daily basis. Typically, all of your work order management and processing, everything is going to be done through your Fetch Mazo account. But I want to show you this Authorizenet account just to further illustrate and validate what we're doing with this opportunity, but just to give you more confidence in what we're doing with the actual processing of credit cards online, over the phone, and talk about the importance of Authorizenet. Now again, once you become a licensee, your Authorizenet account is going to be integrated with your Fetch Mazo account. So everything will begin to become more and more automated. So again, this is exactly what your Authorizenet account would look like. And you can do some awesome things with your Authorizenet account. But again, you're not going to be using it on a daily basis. But the transaction ID, that is really for Authorizenet purposes. It's going to be unique for each transaction. It is associated with your work orders. Now these work orders here, these work order numbers are exactly your work orders generated in your Fetch Mazo account. You could see the transactions, all these were properly processed and settled. The dates, again, today is the March 11th, so these are all for yesterday. We obviously blocked out for security purposes our customer names, the type of credit cards they used, MasterCard, Visa, American Express, credit card payments. Now the payment amounts, $97.42, and the settlement amount. The difference between these, the payment amount is obviously for how much was charged on the customer's credit card. The settlement amount is how much is going to be debited to your bank account. So why are they the exact same? Well, number one, the transaction amount should equal the settled amount unless you're giving some type of a partial refund. So let's say you charge someone for too many items or too many flights of stairs. Let's say for this $97.42, we had to refund them $20. So this would be adjusted, instead of $97.42, it would be adjusted to $77.42. Now the settlement amount, again, this is the exact amount that goes into your specific bank account. Now Authorizenet and the merchant services, that's when they will take out, typically they're going to take out their fees at the beginning of the month. So yeah, you're going to pay a small percentage for each transaction, but typically those fees are all going to be taken out more or less in a lump sum or a few sums earlier in the month. So you'll see here our activity's been very good. I mean, we've had some really, again, we don't do $5, $10, $15 deliveries. You know, we're not delivering small pieces here. You know, like someone who's purchasing a pizza or, you know, doing a quick delivery or something. These are, we're delivering some good items here. So you look at these amounts: $97.42, $873, $211, $106, $66, $86, $81, yada yada, $435. But again, you're going to be using your Fetch Mazo account on a daily basis. Use your assistants and the people answering your phones. So let's dive in and take a look at some of these specific work orders for some of these bigger amounts. Okay, so this is exactly what one of your work orders is going to look like in Fetch Mazo. You can see this is the bigger one that we looked at for $873. You can see they paid the $10 customer surcharge, so we know that they ordered this over the phone. They ordered this yesterday. So the independent contractors making $630 on this one. So that's a very good work order for them and for us. And look at this here. The delivery date. So they ordered it yesterday on the 10th. This actually isn't even going to be delivered for a few more days. So this is scheduled for delivery. So we've already processed the credit card. The money's already gone into our bank account. Now let's say this work order was for whatever reason canceled before it was initiated, before the contractor actually went out there and began to initiate completion of this work order. Then that money would be debited back out of our account and refunded. But that definitely doesn't happen too often. So this is scheduled to be delivered 2 days from now between 12 and 4 p.m. Delivering 7 pieces, and they're traveling 308 miles. So you can see we're not doing some nickel and dime down the street deliveries. This is a very good delivery for the contractor as well as for us. Now, when we were in the Authorize.net portal, I actually was thinking that this was going to be an express move because of the dollar amount. Typically at $8.73, I would have assumed that this probably would have been a express move for 5, 6, 7 hours. But this is actually a distance delivery. So this is a great work order for this contractor. So let's take a look at a couple more. So this one, 211.31. We see the customer surcharge for $10, so that we know that they called in and made this transaction, processed this work order. So they ordered it yesterday, and they delivered it yesterday between 4 and 8, 5 pieces, and they traveled 62 miles for this, and they delivered it to a residence. So this contractor made $146, and obviously we made the difference. So this is still a very good, solid work order for this contractor and for us. So here's the one we saw for $435 even. Again, here's another customer surcharge for $10. Again, we do not pay commission on the $10 surcharge. So they ordered it yesterday. They delivered it yesterday between 12 and 4, 3 items. And again, this is interesting. So the 3 that we selected have some mileage to them. That's so again, we're not just delivering down the street. We're getting some very good pieces here, some very good work orders, and it looks like these customers probably purchased some good, maybe refurbished, could be new, I'm not sure, but they purchased some good pieces, and obviously they don't live in the immediate area. So, and they obviously were delivering to a resident. So this contractor made almost $300 on this, and we made a nice little chunk of change too. So let's take a look at just these 3. Let's calculate some numbers here and see what we come up with. Okay, so just for those 3 pieces of revenue, our revenue was $873, $211, $435 for a total of just over 15, almost $15.20. So our profit on those 3 was $444.96. So I got my calculator here and just did some calculations. Here's what's absolutely awesome and ironic about this. We have, just from these 3, just the 3 that we did, that we illustrated, the work orders that we just demonstrated, the actual revenue, this is what we earned. This is what we earned on the commission on these 3 deliveries that we had. I can assure you, I'm not performing these. In fact, I'm in New York, and these are several states away from me. So, but we made 29.2% just on these 3. Now, here's what's fantastic, and this is just absolute coincidence. If you recall from one of the previous videos I shared, I talked about having, in 2017, we actually had 29.2% profit margin. So this is just, again, sheer coincidence that here it is, the exact same number, 29.2%. Because typically it could be a little bit higher, a little bit less. But again, the thing that's awesome about these 3 examples, it shows solid profit margin of that 29%. So this is just a great example. So you can expect to see similar results depending on your pricing, but your interface with Authorize.net and Fetch Mazzo is going to be the exact same. Okay, so again, the Authorize.net account is very important because that's what handles all of the credit card processing. So if someone wants to use a MasterCard, Visa, Discover, American Express, whatever, it's all processed through Authorize.net. And then the money, they're the gateway. owned by Visa. So they're legit, they're the real deal. So they are the ones that are responsible for allowing you to process the credit cards over the phone or on your website, and then they deposit the money into your account. So as you can see, I just showed you 3 transactions. Now, this is when I say this is a 7-day-a-week business, this is a 7-day-a-week business, especially if you're doing heavy deliveries and express moves like we are. You'll notice that there's a lot of services out there, a lot of stores that offer 7-day-a-week delivery service. Well, I can assure you those stores a lot of times, in most instances, are not doing the deliveries themselves. Likewise, for express moves, there's people, they can't do all that moving during the week because guess what? They're working. So it's more convenient for them to operate on the weekend. So you'll see that we do a lot more express moves towards the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah, we do a lot during the week, but statistically speaking, we'll do a lot more over the weekends. And then obviously, as I mentioned before, we have other sources of revenue that are exclusive to our proprietary information to our licensees. So again, those are just 3. I just showed you 3. Now consider dozens and dozens and dozens each day of those work orders. Now those work orders that I just showed you, those were actually through Fetch Mazel. So everything you saw in that video is exactly what it's going to look like in your Authorize.net account, which you really won't use all that often. It's a great tool, great resource, but realistically, your assistants, the people who are answering the phones every day and processing your work orders, everything is going to be organized and managed through the Fetch Mazel platform. So I hope you enjoyed that quick little intro, that little sneak peek into my accounts, and I hope it really started to connect some of the dots for some of you that still had some questions. So look, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't see all the questions. A lot of you have been sending questions to Dan and Charlie and Dawn. A lot of you who have already started the application process, you're already working with Lindsay and Tom and those from the legal team. So, and then they tell me really what are the hot topics and the hot questions, which allow me to put these videos together. So we do appreciate it. We appreciate you being engaged. And again, for all of you who have already become licensees, congratulations. If you haven't already heard from, if you just signed up and you haven't heard yet from one of my regional directors, I can assure you that you will very soon. Likewise, you're going to hear from guys from Merchant Services, Carl and Adam. And for you licensees who are already engaged, that's awesome. Definitely, once you incorporate your new business, get your new EIN number, share that information with us, because the developers of Fetch Mazel, they actually use that information to customize your Fetch Mazel platform. So congratulations again. We have people, I want to say, in something like 30-something, 40-something states already. So congratulations to all of you. This is an exciting opportunity. And work hard and be prepared to make a lot of money, because I'm not giving my business up, because as you can see, my business is making a lot of money and we're continuing to grow. And I'm in New York. Those work orders you saw, those are 4 and 5 states away from me. But I have great regional directors that help me manage the overall business. And you're going to do the exact same thing. Why? Because I'm going to see you at the top.